Instead of saying welcome back to the Story Traders podcast, just start with the story.
Just start with the story?
Just start with the story. You need to get closer.
Caleb, I've got a story for you.
No, you don't have to say that. You just start with the story.
But I could.
Okay.
Caleb, I've waited until this moment to tell you about this last weekend.
Yeah, we even saw each other today, so you could have told me then, but...
Could have, but Bailey would have heard it. And we can't let Bailey hear something that
outside
we
of the
don't tell on
podcast.
the pod. No, I've got my... did you see my shirt?
No, I didn't. Oh, look at that. Death March. Death March. What does it say? Bicycle race, Hoosier National Forest. In quotes.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure why that is in quotes. That's kind of funny. But
and it's a skeleton riding on a bicycle.
That's what I wanted to point out. It's a skeleton riding a bicycle.
Okay.
Which is approximately what I felt like at the end of the race. So just a little backstory for anyone who doesn't know, most of you guys. My cousin Benjamin and our other cousin Jacob have historically, I think for the past 4 years, ridden this bike race out in Indiana called the Death March. It always happens in March, which is part of the reason why it's called Death March. But also it's kind of a march, I guess. I don't know. I guess you could call it that. But it is a all-weather, all-terrain bike race. So you got some mountain biking.
All weather except for this spring when they had tornadoes.
I mean,
and then
they kind of have to have a cutoff somewhere.
And then when they're like, there's actually a chance of someone dying, we should probably postpone it.
Which I respect them for.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did postpone it this spring, which is why I got a chance to do it because Benjamin was looking for a sub.
Yeah. So Benjamin and I were running a lot together
in prep for
this
the half.
summer. Yeah, in preparation for the half marathon, and he had asked me at one point, or he had told me that the Death March got moved to November. He's like, wait a second. When's the kid due? And I was like, November 9th. He's like, that's when the Death March is supposed to be. That probably wouldn't get you Father of the Year or Husband of the Year awards.
Neither.
I was like, yeah, probably not.
Neither at all.
He was like, I wonder if Josiah would want to do it. Because Jacob wasn't able to do it.
Jake was out. Hello, Isabel. Isabel just got home. So yeah, we talked about it for a couple weeks, and I was just like, oh gosh, like I don't know if I want to commit to that because it's like a little bit less than a month after the half, and I hadn't been preparing bike wise, and essentially the way Benjamin talked about it was, this is an undertaking. Like, it is really hard.
No pun intended with Death March.
Oh.
The Undertaker. Go ahead.
Okay. So eventually I was like, you know what? Sure. I'll do it. And so we went out on Saturday, and you
had asked him, you should specify, you had asked him, how much do I owe you?
Oh yeah, he did. And he was like, we'll say this. You finished the race, $0. I was like, oh, okay. Well, he clearly thinks it's pretty up in the air as to whether or not I can finish. It is a team thing. So if I don't finish, then he doesn't finish either. And I definitely didn't want to be the reason for that because I know Benjamin is very in shape for bicycling. But yeah, so we went out on Saturday so that we could stay in a hotel out there and not have to drive as far in the morning. And we looked at the map, which every year it is held in this Hoosier National Forest area. So he's gotten semi-familiar with the area. But it changes every year. So the premise of the whole ride is there's a ton of cemeteries in this area for whatever reason. I'm still so curious as to why, and I can't figure it out. But it seems like most of them are like family cemeteries because they're very
Super small?
Yeah, some of them are super small. Some of them do have churches there. But yeah, there's just a million cemeteries. Some of them literally just out in the forest. There's no road to it. Like the only way to it is mountain biking. So very interesting.
Or dying.
Or well, funny thing on that is Benjamin had explained the race to me before going out on Saturday, but I did not fully comprehend all the moving pieces. So as we were driving out, he's explaining again. And the reason it changes every year is because there's all these cemeteries, but they're like some of them are like every year it's going to be in the race. And then some of them are not in the race. Like some of them you might not have to go to at all in a year.
Yeah.
But then morning of, like,
oh yeah, Isabel mentioned this
on
Sunday. I didn't even know that this was one of the rules.
Yeah, this was a big thing that I had no idea about. Was about 10 minutes before the race. In our case, he literally pulled these like 3 minutes before we started.
Jeez.
They pull out 2 cemeteries that are mandatory. You have to go there to like actually finish the race
to get credit.
Get credit. And then 2 of them that are dead. So what I mean by a cemetery being dead, you're like, Josiah, they're all dead cemeteries.
They're all dead.
Yes, that's true. But what I mean is every cemetery that you go to then has a certain time allotted with it. So say you go to the cemetery 35 minutes, and that would mean if you take a picture with your team member in front of the sign at the cemetery, then that takes 35 minutes off your final race time.
Okay, I was wondering how much time these cemeteries would actually take off.
It really depends upon how hard it is to get to it. So some of them were like 35 minutes. Others are 10 minutes.
Okay.
So if you're kind of doing the math, you're like, oh, like this one. And you don't always know exactly how far away a cemetery is. So it's kind of guessing.
So
game.
you might burn time.
It's like, shoot, this might be 2.5 miles of gravel road to get there. And it's going to take 15 minutes off. And it's kind of out of the way. Like, that might actually not be worth the time. But yeah, there's just a lot of complexity to it because like you can have an idea of exactly what you want to do, but then all these, like a couple are going to become mandatory and then a couple of them are dead. So there's like no point in going to it, even if it is like on your route.
Okay.
So yeah, there's just so much behind it. But, so the half marathon that we did, obviously horrible weather. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, and we're going to record a podcast after this about it.
Yes. Well, you'll probably release that one before this one.
Maybe.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. So that was awful
a death
weather.
march in and of itself.
Yes. That was awful weather. And as we're heading into Sunday's ride, it was looking like very potential rain.
Yeah.
Or sleet and snow.
Yeah. Yeah. So Josiah and I were talking about this like last week at some point. And we were like, so in 2025, the 2 biggest, most physically demanding things that you have going on, both are supposed to have horrible weather.
Yeah. But the worst thing that makes it tougher to figure out how to dress is it's like you're biking. You've got speed. I think our top speed was like 35 or something.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Obviously, that's downhill. You're not doing that very long. But it's like you're generally speaking got some good wind going through, and you don't want to be cold. Like you kind of need to have a windbreak, but also you're physically exerting yourself a lot and you don't want to have all this extra weight. So I was like very cold when we started the race, but it ended up being that I like wore the perfect thing. So I had 2 pairs of socks on with my tennies.
Did they have holes in them? The socks?
No, they didn't.
Really?
No.
Stop pulling out the good socks.
I have turned over a new leaf. I don't have
Sure.
very many Hoy socks anymore. So 2 pairs of socks, my tennies. Then I had like essentially tights, and then on top of that, my biking shorts. So my legs were very cold, considering it was like 39, 40 when we started the race. And then I had a long sleeve shirt with a biking shirt over that.
Okay.
And then my rain jacket. So like,
Oh, yeah, you didn't have much.
yeah, not much warmth at all, but I was just like, well, the rain jacket is going to like it's going to be a windbreak for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, I was like, they generally say like 15 to 20 degrees warmer than what it is if you're exercising. So I was like, if it's 40 degrees, then it should feel fine after I warm up. And it ended up being like perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, we start this race and oh boy,
What time did it actually start?
it wasn't that early. It was like 9:30.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. I texted like probably right about at the start.
Probably, but we didn't
Right.
have service.
Oh, okay.
That was another thing was like I kind of had the idea of like, oh, you have service most of the time, but you're like in and out.
Yeah, definitely not.
Most of the time, unless you're at like the top of a ridge or something, you don't have any service during this thing.
So did Benjamin have to like download maps onto his phone?
We weren't using his phone.
Oh,
we
okay.
we were only using a paper map
Oh.
because like the phone isn't like that accurate for what we were looking at.
Oh, goodness.
Because it doesn't have like the mountain bike stuff on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should look at his map because it is incredibly detailed. Like he's written out every one of the cemetery stops on there with the time allotted with it. He even made a joke. He's like, yeah, I've put all this detail into the map pretty much except for where the scary dogs are. Which generally speaking wasn't an issue. Actually, I didn't tell Isabel this, so she's going to figure out on the pod. But the only time it was a problem was like we're flying down. Well, Benjamin's flying down this road, this asphalt road, and I'm just trying to keep up with him. Most of the asphalt riding, he was flying.
Did you track this on Strava?
Yeah.
So what was your average speed? Did you look at it?
I think it was like, it's hard to tell if it was tracking like when we stopped at the cemeteries and stuff. Yeah. But it said like 10 and a half, 11, something like that.
Okay.
But that included all the mountain biking too. And I tell you what, that mountain biking, most of it was like generally fine, but parts of it were so steep that, I mean, it had rained a lot.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like get as much speed to go up there, and you think to yourself, okay, well, I'm going to like get more out of my pedaling by like standing up.
Yeah.
But then you
But
obviously
then you have to keep
less
your center of gravity at the right position.
you have like less weight on your back tire. So then if you hit like one wet stick, then your whole back tire just goes.
Oh my gosh!
And then you just like lose all your momentum, and then it's done. You have to walk the rest of the whole hill because you can't start on that again. So there were multiple hills that both of us were just like, we got to walk it. Like there's no other option. So it's like to have a about 11 mile per hour speed when we were like legit walking our bikes sometimes in the woods was like, okay, that's not too bad.
Okay.
And then, but yeah, so anyways, we're flying down this road, and I see these 2 dogs come out from a house, and they're like they're like already kind of in the culvert area, so they weren't far from the road. And Benjamin goes by, and they're both barking like crazy. And one of them starts chasing them as
starts chasing Benjamin.
Starts chasing Benjamin as he's going by. I was like, whoa, that dog is like keeping up with him. Like he's like right on his tail. And eventually he gave up. The dog gave up. Benjamin keeps on going.
And you're behind
I'm
Benjamin.
behind by, we'll probably say like 20 yards. So then like just right by the time that the dog gives up on Benjamin, he's like, oh, snap, there's another biker. So he kind of waits for me to come by. I see the first dog that wild in his eyes. Like, you can see wild in a dog's eyes if you like look at him.
Do you know what kind of dog it was?
Is it
scary?
It was scary. Is it husky that has the different colored eyes? It was what Benjamin, or it was what the Winners used to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That one like looked crazy, but he didn't follow me. The other one, he didn't look as crazy, but he was going crazy when I came by, and he was following for a little bit. But I was like, gee whiz.
Did you tell Benjamin to mark it down on his map?
Yeah. And then there was one other time that we were literally talking. It was so shortly after the other dogs that we were talking about those dogs. And then there was like a wooden fence on the left side, and we heard a dog going at us. But I was like, well, he's behind the fence. But he kept on going along the fence, and then, the fence opened at the end. Mm-hmm. So the dog then comes out into the road, and Benjamin, he's got his like clip-ins with his feet. He'd unclipped his left foot.
Take a kick.
He said, I was ready to kick that dog. So that one, he kind of looked like he was close to biting.
Oh my gosh.
But he didn't. So I will say there was no better motivation to bike fast than a dog chasing you. That will get you.
You're like, sure, I was trying to keep up with Benjamin, but
yeah, when it came down to it, put a dog behind me.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, probably my favorite parts of the race were in the woods. I love the woods. They were super awesome. The gravel was pretty good. It was nice to have a mountain bike, because I'd say probably only like 10 to 15% of all the bikers there had a true mountain bike.
Really?
Yeah. Most of them were like the crossovers,
some sort of hybrid,
like Benjamin's, which makes sense because a bunch of it is on the road. Yeah. And my friction was a lot more than Benjamin's. So that made it kind of hard to
friction
keep up
coefficient was high.
But yeah, when it came down to specifically the mountain biking in the mud and also the gravel, it was really nice to have the mountain bike. Yeah. But yeah, you get some good speed going down gravel roads. Whew. Yeah. Little nippy. Yeah. You're like,
at, what, 30? Oh, you're just talking about.
Oh yeah, I did not go 35 on the gravel. That would have been a death sentence. But we did go pretty fast down a couple of those gravel hills, and it was like, whoa, gotta keep this in check here. But yeah, the hills were crazy. Alive. I think there was like 4,000 feet of elevation.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Benjamin's Strava. Yeah, it was like 3,800 feet. That's a lot.
It was a lot.
I mean, that's like
like a
little under 3/4 of a mile.
I will say the half marathon was, I'm not going to say easy because it really was difficult for me, but there were so many more times during this race that I was like, this is hard. Yeah. This is really hard. Because it was just like every hill was like, I'm in like I couldn't get all my gears to work, which was part of the problem.
Classic.
Classic.
You couldn't get all your gears to work on Peloton either.
Well, yeah, that for Peloton, they worked a lot better than what I was dealing with on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was a different bike, and
You didn't get a tune-up?
Well, me and Benjamin had worked on it some, but
Oh.
apparently we hadn't worked all the issues out. So
okay.
yeah, it was like so often. I mean, the biggest problems were
skipping?
I don't even know what
Skipping is the worst.
I don't even know how to describe it, because it was like specifically when you were going up a hill and you would change to a different gear, then sometimes you'd have to like go multiple gears to get even one, and then you'd keep pedaling, and then boom, boom, and then it's like, whoa.
Oh, they'd switch multiples?
Oh my goodness. I kept on getting all these gear changes when I wasn't asking for it.
Huh.
And it doesn't seem that annoying until
You're on a hill.
It keeps on changing, and then you don't know, because like if it changes when you're doing a big down push, then it's like whoa. And it's
because if you do any amount of mountain biking, then you know you're not changing gears when you're going up a hill.
No, so at one point Benjamin was like, "You're changing gears too much." I was like, "I'm not trying to do this." So yeah, that was the most annoying part of the race, was the gears giving me so many problems. But like even if the gears had been working perfectly, is like the hills just kicked my butt. Mm-hmm. They were so hard.
It's funny that you say that. You compare it to the half marathon.
I know it's not the same thing.
No, I get it because when Isaac and I were doing the 30 miles hike.
Oh,
we finished the hike or I think maybe it was Dad joined for the last 7.5 miles, and he asked about like how it was in comparison with the half marathon, and I was like, this is significantly harder. Like it's so much more painful than the half marathon.
Yeah, because it was just like overall you would think like running an actual half marathon would be more difficult than biking 55, and you and I have both biked 100 and then 100 the next day too. Mm-hmm. But it was just like all the different terrains, and
makes a big difference.
All the different terrains, plus with a mountain bike on a lot of elevation, was like enough for me to just be like, this is so much harder.
Yeah. So do you see other bikers?
Obviously at the beginning you do, but everybody's got a different route, and I mean, there's a decent amount of mileage out there. Mm-hmm. So it's like you look at the map. And
there are how many cemeteries that you can choose from?
I think each year there are up to like 15 or 18 maybe.
Okay.
I think we did 11, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah. Like,
how many did the winners do?
Benjamin... I don't know how many they did, but I do know they did like 75 or 80 miles. And what's crazy?
So they did more for sure.
They did more, and their average speed was faster.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow! Not only did you do more, but you did it faster. That is insane.
So what was like your final time officially after your 11?
After our 11? Oh, 11 stops.
Yeah. Because you get time subtracted for each stop, right?
Yes. So we finished at like 5:30 or 5:40, and then with our time subtracted off, I think it was 3:30 or something.
Oh, okay. Do you know what the winner's time was?
Yeah, it was like an hour.
Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Yeah. After all their stuff was subtracted, it was like an hour.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I don't know how they did it.
That's insane, man. They must have been flying.
Yeah, I just don't understand how it's actually possible.
Goodness
Because they were
gracious.
doing, I think, 16 miles an hour, and that's with mountain biking in there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very impressive. But what did feel good was, so, I mean, this whole time, I'm thinking to myself, like, Benjamin wants to finish. We are finishing.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, because there was so much talk.
And because you didn't want to, pay $75 for
It wasn't
your half of it, right?
It really wasn't the money, like genuinely.
Yeah,
I
but
would.
you didn't want to pay for it, right?
It honestly wasn't the money. I would have felt so bad for being the reason that Benjamin didn't finish.
Yeah.
Like like paying would have been whatever, but like I didn't want to be the reason that he didn't finish. So because Benjamin had already knew that the very first year he did it, him and Jeremy didn't finish, so they had to go get picked up because they're lost in the woods and it was dark.
Oh, I didn't realize that they had to get picked up.
Yeah, because they didn't have service when they got lost, so they had to just literally walk their bikes until they found service.
Okay.
Through the woods. And those woods are, I mean, we'll just say I would be very spooked out walking through those woods.
Yeah, no kidding.
With nothing.
With all those cemeteries?
Yeah, for real.
Yikes.
Yikes. But yeah, like Benjamin had tried to get me prepped, like bring a flashlight.
Yeah.
So I was like, boy, we're going to be out biking all day till the sun goes down. But yeah, we finished at 3:30.
I couldn't believe that you guys finished at 3:30 because we were at the farm at the time, and Isabel said that a man had just texted her. Benjamin's wife had just texted her and said that you guys finished. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought they were going to be out like much later.
Yeah, I thought we'd be biking like all day. But yeah, we finished at 3:30. The awards were supposed to happen at 4, so I was like, dang, to finish before the awards. I mean, come on, let's go.
Yeah, not bad. How many teams were there?
They have all different types of groupings. So there were doubles of guys that were under 35, or at least one guy was under 35. Doubles of guys that were over 35. Doubles, one guy, one girl, and then singles. And then also people with e-bikes. Come on.
Oh, boy.
I actually don't think I saw a single e-bike, so that must not be
Because they're so fast.
I guess. But we finished at 3:30. Got to take a hot shower, which was legit. Oh my gosh,
So how did that work?
Nice.
Because
It was the race started and finished at the same spot, which was at a very small camp. But yeah, I got to hand it to the camp. Nicest public showers I've ever used. Brand spanking new.
Yeah.
Very, very immaculate. So we got to shower and then walked back into the dining area of the camp, which is where they had some food, loaded up on some soup. There was like homemade soup, which was awesome. Right. It's very funny because like you think of this race and it is a larger thing, but like you can kind of tell it's just like
kind of grassroots.
It is a very, it's a very grassroots movement kind of thing. Because it's definitely small to the point that like you cross the finish line. I was telling Isabel this is the least. It was the most anticlimactic race finish I've ever done in my life, because you come across the race just breathless and nobody's there.
Yeah.
Literally nobody's there. And they're watching from the dining hall and they come out onto the porch and they're like,
hey, you guys want some soup?
Good job. Well, what's your team number? I'm like, geez. They had like a little bit of music out there playing. That's the max amount of hype that they had at the finish line. So it's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got to go in after a nice warm shower and new clothes, and then ate up the soup and got back on the road. And here's what really felt nice is at that point, it was probably, I want to say it was like 4:15, 4:30 at that point. Yeah, I think it was 4:30. And we hopped back out on the road, and we came across 3 other pairs of bikers that were out there just about ready to finish. And me and Benjamin were like, yeah,
Yes.
we smoked them.
Yeah.
I mean, other people smoked us, but we smoked them.
Kind of feels like when we're finishing our half marathon in the rain and you see all those other marathoners, you're like, they just have to keep going.
I just got to keep going. But we think we finished 6th. I mean, you never know. Because
You think?
We think. So the tough part is, I mean,
don't they have the results by now?
Well, I actually haven't seen the final results. But when we left there, we were in 6th, which, like, unless somebody somehow got a ton more stops than us and came in after.
Then you probably got 6th.
Then we probably got 6th. And based on the other 2 times that were in 5th and 4th, it was like, dang, like, if we hadn't stopped for a quesadilla at that other, because they have multiple stops out there where you can get water and food. And so the way Benjamin was looking at those times, he was like, dang, like, we actually probably could have gotten 4th if we just had rearranged our stops a little bit.
Yeah.
And also another thing that kind of slowed us down was we had to find the cemetery that he knew where the church was, but he had never been to the cemetery. And we actually passed the church driving into the race. So we were like, oh, sweet. That's where the church is. We'll, like, take note of that if we have to end up going there. And then as we were signing in, Benjamin actually asked the guy, so Bexley Cemetery, that at the church? And I don't remember exactly what the guy said, but it was kind of a sly answer where he like kind of avoided the question a little bit. It was a little bit of a trap because it wasn't at the church. And we found that out the hard way because we biked to the church and we were like looking around the whole property. We're like, cemetery ain't here. But big positive was that it was Sunday. So the church was actually like letting out. And
you're like, hey, where's the cemetery?
Legit, we asked one of the people. We're like,
trying to go pay respects.
Yeah, you got to wonder like what they're thinking. A couple bikers are like, where's the Bexley Cemetery? But dude was super nice. He's like, oh, yeah, no, you turn right down here. Just a little ways down there. Gravel road on the right. Can't miss it. It's down there. And he was right on the money. It was exactly
Tons
where it was.
Tons of stones everywhere.
So we kind of wasted some time looking for that cemetery, which was unfortunate. So it's like, dang, we actually maybe could have gotten 4th. But yeah, definitely huge drop off from second to or from 3rd to 4th.
Okay.
So 1st, 2nd, 3rd were very, very fast. But we ran into this one guy who was also looking for that church, or who was also looking for that cemetery. And then we ran into him late in the race. Like, we actually crossed the finish line with him. But he said he was biking with his buddy. They were both doing it singles.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think he was just completely following his buddy. He wasn't doing any of the navigating or anything until his buddy got too fast for him. So he left. And then he realized he didn't have his map.
Oh, no.
So at one point when he got service during the race, he looked at his phone and he said he'd gotten a text from his wife of the map and was like, hey, did you need this? He's like,
oh my gosh.
Yes, I needed that.
I cannot believe that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Man. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
So you got back probably like, what, 7:30 or something Sunday night?
Yeah, about there.
Nice.
About 8.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's something that I would love to do again, but the problem is that it obviously is usually in March, and March is not a super great time for me to get away. But I do know that I'd like the like off-trail races, so I might see if I can get involved in some other things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun doing something unique like that.
Oh, yeah. It's very, very niche, I'd say.
Yeah. Cool.
I enjoyed it.
So we've got a comment on one of the episodes.
Oh.
It's on the stories about furnace failures episode. Isaac said, "Where do you find these guests at? They are wild."
Right off the street, Isaac. Right.
Literally
off the
anywhere we
street.
can possibly get them.
Yeah. I mean, we were literally just walking that day, and we were like, "Hey,
You want to walk?
you want to walk with us and be on a podcast?"
You want a podcast?
Yep.
Yep.
That's how we found him.
So leave a comment on any of the podcast platforms or YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review. We haven't gotten a review in a very long time, so please leave us a 5-star review.
Please.
It's been 3 months since we got a 5-star review. Any review.
Shoo.
But it's been 3 months since we got a 5-star review.
Yeah. Well, you'd rather go 3 months between 5-star reviews than 1 month between 1-star reviews.
Yes. But 3-star reviews. Okay, believe it's
Traction is traction.
Yeah. And that's it. All right.
See you next time.